that capacity to be in the human world, feel and acknowledge and be vulnerable to our things is the only way out. If we're in a self-righteous position around how good we are or enlightened or empowered or knowledgeable we are, all of a sudden we have to start holding that up as a new image. And we have to keep protecting that rather than dropping into the vulnerability of the actual experience of being human, which we're all sharing. And when we drop into that actual experience, going down to whatever level, it's like there's this idea in the levels of, that I'm ascending, I'm going to cling to this upper level. No, we have to be able to go all the way down to go up, right? We can't, if there's something wrong at the foundation, we have to be willing to go all the way down to the foundation and acknowledge it. Otherwise, it's just a big pothole as we go through our day, and we have to keep on constructing image and identity and words and advice and suggestions and all these things, whether it's within me personally or within a relationship or, and even with somebody else. The ability to use inquiry method means that we can get down to the thing rather than the surface thing. What lies underneath the instability or whatever's happening? Help me understand. Help me understand is the wisest way to deal with any kind of dysfunction that's going on. Help me understand what's behind this. I feel something funny is going on. What's behind it? It's all about creating the context where everybody gets seen. And we all get a little dose of it on this call. That's why I do check-ins. That's why everybody feels great when somebody shares, and they, even if it's somebody else sharing and, bringing up the energy and resolving it and acknowledging it within themselves, there's a part in every one of us that gets seen and approved of and acknowledged that we've been denying or repressing. So, like if I get really vulnerable and you go, oh yeah, Kyle's like that. Oh, I guess I'm like that too. And oh, he can be okay with that, or he can resolve that as, oh, I guess that part of me is okay. I can give attention to. And there's this collective relief that happens when we acknowledge just another piece of the human experience that we all experience, and it resonates with. And when we can all collectively give approval to that thing, is everybody feels a little more seen and a little more approved of, and all those things. And like everybody else, it's so weird. I just get on these calls, I don't say anything, and then I leave feeling amazing. Well, that's it. Is as we see one person, we start to see every aspect of ourselves as well. So it's the depth of being seen and approved of in who we are, exactly as we are, the way in all our humanity, all our humanness, not just because we're getting the answer right. And that's the obstacle then we have to sharing, to interacting, to being vulnerable on the call or whatever else it is the obstacle is, oh, I don't want to be seen. I want to maintain this image and identity, but that keeps us in starvation, right? It keeps us in the hunger for really being deeply seen and appreciated. And all the true love comes not out of behaving well so that I get the other person's approval, but true love comes through the willingness and vulnerability to be seen in my wholeness, and the willingness and capacity essentially that I have to be able to do that with myself, because if I can do that with myself, then I can do it with you, right? So if I don't have it in myself, I can't do it with you, and then I'm not really loving you. But if I can do it within myself, any aspect of myself in my humanity that I can approve of, is then I can approve in you through the understanding, through inquiry, through really wanting to know you more deeply, more profoundly, not for the practice of fixing you or changing you, but to fully understand the thing. And then there's that irony that when I expose it and reveal it and bring it up, is it actually relieves the habits and behaviors and patterns that we began with. And so then we come closer. It gets easier. It gets more joyful. And the patterns that are objectionable drop away too, because they're not needed as way, they all come back as ways to get attention. Narcissism is needing to be the center of attention, the best, the most important to gather up. And codependency is getting attention from a narcissist for acknowledging them so much. You know, it's like, you are the best follower ever. You're doing it, you're saying it and doing it just the way I want, but it's out of balance. It's out of balance, because in wholeness, the more we can see and acknowledge ourselves, the more peaceful we are, and the more opportunity we have to bring in every expression. And there's not the quality of better and worse. The thing that gets confusing around levels around that is, but you're saying that this level of consciousness is better. Yes, I'm saying this level of consciousness is preferable. It's a preferable level, but that doesn't make somebody better or worse because they're coming from a different level of consciousness. It's just recognizing that one level of consciousness, as far as the flow of things, is preferable. And, it's important to be able to understand the distinction without having the judgment of better and worse. The judgment of better and worse happens at level 2, where we're comparing people. The level 4 of collaboration understands that there might be better and worse solutions to a situation, that there might be ways of showing up that support the want for us more or less, right? So we have discernment at level 4 saying, well, if this is the want for us, what best serves what we're trying to create together? But at level 2, we're saying this person's better or worse than the other person. And that's the level where we have the narcissism and the codependency balance kind of thing happening.